Yep. So it's been a while since I've had access, since I've worked on my car. What with work and everything else going on, I really haven't had time. So I think the last thing I talked about on any of my videos was the completion of this repair. I just pounded out a dimple that was here. You can still see sort of the outline there. So before it was quite a pronounced dip. Pounded it from the rear, and I'm just gonna fill it. Yeah, I'm just 16. Anyway, so what I need to do next is sand down all of the rust, and then sand off the rust, and then paint it, epoxy prime it rather, and I'll do the same thing with that fender there. I think. I don't remember if I did or not, but this piece here, I think I pounded the hell out of it from, no I didn't. No, I want to, really something like this is imminently fillable. I just want to make sure that I've got a good even substrate there. Yeah, well the back of it has been epoxy primer like the other one has. So what I'm likely to do is just sand off all the rust, epoxy prime both of these together tonight, and call it a day. Epoxy primer is a sealant as well as a primer, so it's good on bare metal. It seals the bare metal from the atmosphere, so it'll never rust again. I've used epoxy primer on a couple of projects I've done in the past, and that stuff is a freaking trooper. I was talking with a coworker today and told him that my milestone is to have this thing ready for paint by Christmas. I just think I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I think I'll have everything, all the body work done and ready for primer sealing. Just because I've got mechanical repairs like this done doesn't mean I'm necessarily ready for paint. I don't know if you can see, yeah, right there. That's another small variation in the metal, just a dimple. And you can see the dimples all across this area here. Some of that's from the stretching, the heating of the metal, and when I was welding it. Some of it is just the way that it came through after I'd stripped it all down. So getting all that stuff evened out so it's perfect. Takes a long time. Takes a long time. It takes 4 hours to paint a car this small, if that, and that's because I've got 15 minutes between coats and that kind of thing. It takes years of 2 hours, 3 hours here and there on the weekends and after work to get it ready to that point. So a car this cute and this eye-catching, I don't want to dork up or take corners on the paint job. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and like I say, getting it ready for paint by Christmas, and the block sanding alone takes a long time. At least it does for me. So I enjoy the hell of it, but I'm just not very speedy at it. So I'm gonna sand all this stuff down, like I say, probably half hour each fender. Pound on that one a little bit and paint them both, prime them both. And this is done. It took me a hell of a lot longer than I thought it would. I actually repaired some other stuff. I had a welding burn-through hole here. That's a low spot. And I welded it from both sides. So let me see how that feels back there. Yeah. So I'm going to slather all of this with dang epoxy primer. Probably tomorrow. Because it's much later than I thought it would be, and start filling in stuff. I also, from a long time ago, this bit here was all dorked up. It wasn't horizontal like it is now, ish. I mean, it's vertical now, but so I pounded that flat. I took the dent out of here. I showed you that before. Did some prep work in here. All that stuff horizontal. Flat anyway. A couple other things. Had a low spot there that I pounded out and some other stuff. So I haven't gotten to that other part, and I'm not going to tonight because I've got to get up early in the morning and work. So there it is. So just a quickie on this one. Here's the right front. I'm not going to paint this thing tonight, or prime it tonight rather. Rest, that's easy to take off. I've already straightened out some of this with my hammer, but you can pretty much see what I've got to get out. That lip, this indentation. This is going to be a bitch because it's behind, well, it's kind of behind the support structure there. So I've got some work on this sucker to do before I paint it. I want to straighten out some of this anyway. Shouldn't be just like that. So, oh yeah, and I got to fill in that hole. I'm going to not have an antenna that you can see. Yep.